My dear students, welcome back to the social study class. Today we are going to know about India's land resource, part of geography. In this chapter, we are going to learn some various aspects. Number one, land use pattern of India. The second one is agriculture in India and its importance. Then types of agriculture in India. Then crop season and cropping pattern. Then major crops of India. The another important point regarding this chapter is role of horticulture and floriculture. Yes. Okay, what is meaning of the land use? Yes, my dear students, the distribution of land for different uses. The distribution of land for different uses such as forestry, cultivation, pastures, etc. is called land use or land utilization. Yes. Then let us, what are the important factors to determine the land use? So number one, relief features. The second one is climate. Third is soil. Then population density. Then socio-economic and technical factors influence on land use. These are the major factors to determine the land use. Then what are the classifications in a land use pattern? The first one is new area zone. Second is forest area. Then land not available for cultivation. The fourth one is fallow land. Fifth is cultivable waste. Then sixth one is permanent pasture and other grazing land. The seventh one is, and the last one is land under miscellaneous uses. These are the 7 classification of land use patterns. Then the first one is net area zone. What is that net area zone? It includes this net area land. It includes land that can be used to the cultivating the crops. It can be using for cultivating the crops. This category is very important. This net area zone can be, this area is very important because it is useful for agriculture. So that's why this area is very important for agricultural country like our India. This type of area, net area of zone, account of for about 46.2 of the total reported area of India. How much? 46.2 area can be covered this section, net area zone. However, it is not evenly distributed on all over the country. Then, where we can find these type of net area zone, most of can be find. The highest proportion is found in the states of Punjab, Haryana, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh and Kerala. the north eastern states and medium in other states also can be seen. The second type of area is forest area. Yes, in India only 22.8% of the total reported area is under the forest. It is high in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and some part of northern eastern states also can be find forest areas. But in the least states of Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat were least in the area which is covered by the forest. Yes. Then the third type of area is land not available for cultivation. Yes, land used for non-agricultural purpose. This type of area cannot be available for agricultural purpose. Yes, non-agricultural purpose. Yes, like human settlements, roads, industries, canals, mountains, sandy waste, etc. comes under this category. Then nearly 14.1% of the total reported area of the country belongs to land not available for cultivation category. Yes, it is largely found in Assam, Manipur, Sikkim, but in lower proportion in Goa, Kerala, Odisha and Maharashtra also. Then the fourth one is fallow land. It refers to the land which is not used for cultivation. It account of 8.2% of the reported area. Then it is largely this type of area can be found in Mizoram, Tamil Nadu, Tripura, Pondicherry, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Then the fifth one is cultivable wasteland. Cultivable wasteland. It includes the land which is not taken up for cultivation. Why? Because due to the deficiency of the soil, means unfertility of soil. That type of soil cannot be fertile. So it is not using for growing, it is not help to growing the crops. So that is cultivable, that type of area can be called as cultivable wasteland. It is extensive in the state of Meghalaya, Goa, Nagaland and Rajasthan. It account of 4.3% of the reported area. This cultivable wasteland can be found in our India, that is 4.3%. Then the sixth type of area is permanent pastures and other grazing lands. These area which is accounts of for only 3.4% of the total reported area in India. It is largely can be found in Himachal Pradesh, Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh. Then the seventh one is land under a miscellaneous area, land used miscellaneous purposes. It includes gardens, parks, orchards, plantations, which account for only 1.1% of the total area of our country. Such type of land is more can be found in the state of Assam, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Kerala, Karnataka and Himachal Pradesh. Yes. Then, okay, we learned about types of area can be learned. Okay, now agriculture. Yes, my dear students, come to the point. You are all coming background from the agricultural background. You are coming agricultural background, so you are most eagerly know about the agricultural system of our India. Yes, what is agriculture? Yes, this is very important. Tilling of the soil or tilling of the land for raising food or producing raw materials is called agriculture. For purpose of human being is called agriculture. Yes, tilling of the land for raising food and raw crops, raw materials needed by the human beings is called agriculture. Now, the term is also extended. This agricultural term, the word agricultural term is also extended after the 1951. It has to be extended because it includes stock raising, poultry farming and beekeeping. Yes, for these purpose also we use for the agriculture. It can be also includes in agriculture. Yes. Then importance of agriculture. Okay, what are the major importance of agriculture? Let us learn. Agriculture is one of the most important and ancient occupation of human beings. Yes. Nowadays, we are having different occupations like engineer, doctor, industrialist, businessman, like many various occupations we can see nowadays. But although the important occupation nowadays is also agriculture. This agricultural occupation is not found in recent, but it is from ancient occupation. It is called ancient occupation of human beings. India is a country known for agriculture. So, because nearly 65% of the people depend upon the agriculture. Yes, even the economic progress of our country also depends upon the progress of agriculture. Then, another most important for agriculture also, agriculture in India is the main source of livelihood. Yes, it is the main source of food for the people and fodder for domestic animals. Then it is a source of national income and revenue also. Then agricultural supports like territory sectors like trade, transport, insurance, banking, etc. It also has influence on the political and social situation of the country. It also has influence on the political and social situation of the country. Then let us learn types of agricultural systems we are having in India now. Yes, types of agriculture. On account of geographical and socio-economic factors, various types of farming are practiced in India. Actually, we are practicing the 8 types of agricultural system. The number 1 is subsistence farming. Yes. Again, the subsistence farming is classified into 2 types. One is shifting subsistence farming. The another is sedentary subsistence farming. Okay, this is one kind of agricultural type of agriculture. The second type of agriculture is intensive farming. Third one is commercial farming. Fourth is mixed farming. Next, fifth is plantation farming. Then dry farming, humid farming. Seventh one is. Eighth one is irrigation farming. These are the 8 types of agricultural we can see in our India. Okay. First one is subsistence farming. Yes. What is subsistence farming? A type of farming in which the production of crops is consumed almost by the farmer and his family, leaving only a small portion for sale. Yes, a type of farming in which the production of the crops is consumed almost by the farmer and his family, leaving only a small portion for sale. This is a subsistence farming. Yes, this type of farming is the subsistence farming. The farmers used primitive methods of cultivation. Yes, primitive method of cultivation. Then it is widely practiced in the northeastern states. It is widely practiced in northeastern states and also Odisha and Madhya Pradesh also. This type of agriculture, subsistence farming can be used. This subsistence farming having 2 types, again classified into 2 types. One is a shifting subsistence farm, another is sedentary subsistence farming. The first one is shifting subsistence farm. What is shifting subsistence farm? Yes, it is a type of agriculture in which a patch of forest, it cleared, then burned to the cultivated for a few years until the fertility of the soil is reduced. Then the land is then abandoned and new forest areas are cleared and burned for cultivation. This is called shifting farming. Once again, it is the type of agriculture in which a patch of forest is cleared and burned to be cultivated for a few years until the fertility of soil is reduced. Then what to do? The land is then abandoned. Then new forest areas are cleared and burned for cultivation. This is type of called is shifting farming. It is practiced by the tribals who were living in the forests, and also this type of farming can be found in Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Madhya Pradesh and Kerala and Odisha. Then second type of subsistence farming is sedentary farming. It is cultivation of land at a fixed location, instead of shifting from one place to another place. Yes, the farmland is not abandoned but cultivated year after 5 years. Cultivated year after not 5 years, after year. Cultivated year after year. That is sedentary farming. Then second type of farming system adopted in our India is intensive farming. A method of farming in which a large amount of capital and labor are applied per unit of land is called intensive farming. Under this type of farming, land is cultivated intensively throughout the year. Farmers try to raise 2 or more crops to get maximum production from small land holdings. It is common in the fertile and irrigated areas of the country. Then, third type of agricultural system is commercial farming. This type of farming in which crops are grown for the market, for the purpose of market, is called commercial farming. Under this type of farming, only cash crops are cultivated on a large scale. Using small amount of labor and also using small amount of machinery and scientific methods of cultivation can be used in this commercial farming. Then the fourth type of agriculture system is mixed farming. Yes, agriculture involving the cultivation of crops and livestock rearing is called mixed farming. Yes, agriculture involving the cultivation of crops and also livestock rearing is called mixed farming. Farmers get income from both sides. They get income from the crops. Simultaneously, they get income from the livestock, like animal husbandry, honey, bee keeping, and many poultry farming. These type of called livestock. Even the farmers can get income from the livestock both simultaneously in the cultivation of crops. It has been introduced in India from the 1951. Now it has become popular in many states. Then the fifth one is plantation farming. It refers to the cultivation of single crop on a large area like estates for the purpose of market. It requires more labor and it requires also more capital also. The type of crops are called tea, coffee, rubber, coconut and etc. are the important plantation crops of our India. Then the sixth one is dry farming, a method of farming carried on in areas which receives scanty rainfall and where irrigation is either absent or limited is called dry farming. It is mainly practiced in peninsular India and in the western Rajasthan. Yes. The seventh one is humid farming. It refers to the cultivation of crops in areas which receives sufficient rainfall. Yes, crops are grown without the help of irrigation. It is found along the west coast and other areas where receives sufficient rainfall. Then the eighth one is irrigation farming, a method of farming under which crops are grown with the help of irrigation is called irrigation farming. It is expensive. Usually it's expensive, but it is also essential in India where the rainfall is seasonal, uncertain, insufficient. There only we must need irrigation farming. Then another most important thing in this chapter is crop season and cropping pattern. Yes, what is crop seasons? Yes, the proportion of area under the different crops at a particular period of time is called crop season. In India, there are 3 cropping seasons. One is the Kharif, the second one is Rabi, and third one is Zaid crop season. These are the three types of crop seasons. First one is the Kharif crop season. Yes, the crop grown during the rainy season. The crop growing during the rainy season is called Kharif crops. This type of cropping sowing take place in during June and July month. When the southwestern monsoon begins. Then this type of Kharif crops harvested in the September and October months. Then what are the important crops growing in this season, Kharif season? Yes, one is rice, jowar, ragi, cotton, groundnuts, tobacco, etc. Very good, are the main crops which are grown during the Kharif season. Yes. Then the second one is Rabi crop season. Rabi crop season. Yes. The sowing takes place in October and November month of October and November. When the northeast monsoon begins and are harvested in February and March. This is known as Rabi season, and crops are called Rabi crops. The type of crops are wheat, barley, gram, linseed, etc. Then the third system of crop season is Zaid crop season. Jade crop season. The crop are grown in between the Kharif and the Rabi crops is known as Zaid crops. They are watermelon, cucumber, oil seeds, yes, some pulses also growing in the Zaid season, yes, and vegetables, very good. Okay, let us learn cropping patterns practiced in India. The cropping pattern of a region refers to the proportion of an area under the different crops at a given time. Yes, the cropping pattern of any region in India changes from time to time. It is due to because of several factors such as relief, climate, soil, size of farms, water supply, and income. Then it is major crops of India. It has got a widely variety of crops are grown in the different parts of India. They can be classified as food crops, commercial crops, oil seeds, and plantation crops. Then food crops are the crops which are grown to provide food for the people is called food crops. For example, wheat, very good. Yes, jowar, pulses, okay, rice, etc. Then major crops of India is rice. Okay, rice is the most important food crops in India. It is the staple food for the people of eastern and southern and south western parts of our country. India is the largest producer of area under the rice in the world, but it is the second largest producer of rice. The first one is China, the second is India. Then rice is the major kharif crop of India. Understand, my dear students? Rice is primarily, it is a tropical crop. It requires a high temperature of 180 degree to 250 degree centigrade. It requires a heavy rainfall of 100 to 200 centimeter per year. Then what type of soil it requires? The rice requires alluvial and clayey loam soils are best suited for its cultivation. Rice needs standing water. You can see in your farms who are coming from the irrigation areas, my dear students. Yes, like Davanagere and Channagiri, then Honnadi, these Shimoga, these areas can be under irrigation lands. Irrigation is necessary wherever rainfall is less. Yes. The distribution of rice growing in various places in our country are West Bengal is the largest producer of rice in India. The other important producer of rice are the Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka also and Odisha. These are the major rice producers. Then the second important food crop is wheat. It is the second important. Yes. This is Rabi crop season of India. Wheat is an important staple food in the northern and northwestern part of the country. It required conditions for cultivation. What are the required cultivation? What are the requirements of cultivation of wheat is? It is a crop of temperature regions. It is a crop of temperature regions. It requires a moderate temperature of 100 degree to 150 degree centigrade. Then it requires also a heavy rainfall of 50 to 70 centimeter per year. Heavy loams and black soils are best suited for wheat cultivation. Then wheat is the mainly grown in the various states. Our India are northern plains, including Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, northern part of Karnataka, in which Uttar Pradesh is the largest producer of wheat in India. India is the second largest producer of wheat in India after the next to China. Yes. And the next type of crop is a commercial crop. A crop that grown for sale is called commercial crop. That is sugarcane, cotton, tobacco, oil seeds, etc. Yes, so this sugarcane is the most important commercial crop of India. India has the world's largest area under sugarcane. It is the second highest producer of sugarcane in the world. The first is Brazil, the second is India. Sugarcane is the native of India, but sugarcane is not the first producer of sugarcane is Brazil, but the native of sugarcane is India. It is the main source of sugar and gur and kansari. Then sugarcane is an annual crop and it is grown in the irrigated areas. It requires high temperature of 200 degree to 210 degree, 60 degree centigrade. 260 degree centigrade. Heavy rainfall ranging from 100 to 150 centimeter per annum. It thrives best in alluvial and loamy soils. But the distribution of sugarcane crop, the most important sugarcane producing states are Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Gujarat and Andhra Pradesh. Then another most important crop is the tobacco. Yes, it is one of the important cash crop of India. Tobacco, it is used for smoking, like bidi, cigarette, cigar, chirrut, then hookahs, yes, etc. Very little is used for chewing also, snuff and insecticides also can be used tobacco. Conditions, what are the conditions to grow tobacco? It is a tropical crop. It's a tropical crop which requires a high temperature of 200 degree to 270 degrees centigrade. It needs a moderate rainfall. It's not requires much rainfall. It only requires 50 to 100 centimeter a year. Sandy loamy soil is the best suited for it. Then it requires chemical fertilizers. Then where are tobacco grown in our India? Andhra Pradesh, yes, Gujarat, right. Tamil Nadu, okay, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, oh, Bihar, very good. Now India is the third largest producer of tobacco. The fourth largest exporter of tobacco in the world. Then fiber crops. The crops which provide raw materials for textile industries are called fiber crops. Cotton and jute are the most important fiber crops in India. The cotton is an important industrial and fiber crop. It provides raw material for the cotton textile industry in India. What are the conditions it requires to grow? Cotton is a tropical crop and subtropical crop also. It requires at 200 degree to 240 degree centigrade temperature. Only it requires a rainfall of 50 to 100 centimeter in a year. Black cotton soil is the best. Black soil is the best for cotton. It is grown as a kharif crop. Then Gujarat, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and major producer of cotton in India. It has the largest cotton growing area and the third largest producer of raw cotton in the world. Yes. Then beverage crops. The crops which are used to produce stimulating drinks. Stimulating drinks like juices. Beverage crops. Coffee, also tea are the most important beverage crops of India. Tea is the most important and cheapest of all the beverages. India is the second largest producer of tea in the world. The first is China. Tea is also a plantation crop. Then it requires for tea is a tropical and subtropical crop. It requires a temperature of 200 degree to 300 degree and heavy rainfall of 150 to 250 centimeter per annum. And also it grows the best in a deep and fertile soil in a rich humus. Yes, and also it requires hill slopes with an altitude of 1200 to 2004 meters above sea level. Okay, where are the tea crop found in our India? Tea is the mainly grown in Assam, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Then afterwards, the important aspect in this chapter is role of horticulture and floriculture. Yes, horticulture. What is that horticulture? The intensive cultivation of fruit. The intensive cultivation of fruit, vegetables, flower, medicinal and aromatic plants is called horticulture. The intensive cultivation of fruit, vegetable, flower, medicinal and aromatic plants is called horticulture. What are the importance of horticulture? In India, horticulture provides an incentive for making agriculture more profitable through efficient land use. Then the second important thing, the role of horticulture is optimum utilization of natural resource. The third one is generating skilled employment for the rural masses. Yes, this is very important. And also it enhances exports and to provides a nutritional security. Yes, these are the major important of horticulture. India, with its wide variety of climate and soil, has good potential for growing a variety of horticulture crops. Now India has emerged as an important producer of horticulture. Horticulture is carried mainly in Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh also. Then the another most important is floriculture. Yes, it is the cultivation of flowers for the commercial purpose. India is known as for the art of growing flowers since the time immemorial. It plays a significant role in Indian agriculture. It has the potential of generating income and also providing employment opportunities for the farmers. And also especially category of women category and added to the export of the country. This floriculture, so India's agroclimatic conditions are very suitable for the cultivation of a variety of flowers. India is known for the growing traditional flowers such as jasmine, marigold, rose, yes, aster and many other flowers, variety of flowers can be seen in our India. You go Lal Bagh, you can visit the Lal Bagh and enjoy the floricultural crops. Yes, cut flowers, it includes orchids, gladius, carnation, anthurium and lilies. Then floriculture is mainly developed in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Punjab, Haryana, West Bengal. Okay, my dear student, I hope you are all understand today's class. Thank you very much.